Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be cooking a couple of steaks, but first we're going to talk about the different types of cuts of steaks. So I think it's very important to know the different types of steaks whenever you go to cook, because different people like different flavors, different textures. First we have the Filet Mignon. Very expensive. They have a very good flavor and they're very easy to cut through. Next we have the ribeye. It's my favorite cut. It's got a good strip of fat on it. The marbling through it just gives it a good bit of extra flavor whenever you're cooking it, whether it be searing or grilling, whatever the case may be. Then you have the New York strip, the cheapest of all the cuts of steaks. They don't really have as good a flavor profile as a filet or a ribeye, but if you want a steak that's pretty hard to mess up and fairly easy to cook, strip steak is always a good way to go. And finally, you have your Porterhouse or your T-bone. You're just paying for the bone. The bone adds quite a bit of weight to the steak, so the weight that you get on the package isn't necessarily the weight of the meat that you're going to be eating. This is actually two steaks in one. You have a filet on one side and a strip steak on the other. So you get the tenderness of a filet and you also get a strip steak. So personally, my favorite's always going to be a ribeye. They're always going to come out amazing whenever you cook them. Remember, if you like my videos, to make sure that you subscribe to my channel and smash that bell button to make sure that anytime that I post new videos that you'll see them pop up. And as always, smash that like button. All right guys, here we are in the kitchen now. Got the oven preheating. Gonna set that at 450 degrees. Got a cast iron skillet. Put some olive oil in the bottom. It's gonna add a little bit of extra flavor. If you properly season your cast iron skillet, you won't need the olive oil because your steak won't stick to it. I'm gonna pop that in the oven. Let that heat up with the oven. That'll take a few minutes. Meanwhile, while that's preheating, we're gonna prepare our steaks. Picked these two steaks up from Walmart this morning because, you know, Dio doesn't like frozen steaks, so I had to make sure that I got some fresh steaks. So this is a challenge video to him. I'm gonna take some pepper. Put some pepper on them. Make sure you get a nice, good layer of pepper on there. Rub it in a little bit. Take just a little bit of salt. Sprinkle that on there. A little bit more. Flip those over. Do the same thing to the other sides. While your oven's preheating, you're going to turn on your largest burner all the way up on high, so that way whenever you put the pan. Okay guys, the oven's preheated, the pan's nice and hot, burner's nice and hot. A little bit of smoke coming out of there. So now what you're going to do, you're going to take the steaks and you're going to sear them 30 seconds on each side. You're going to get a lot of sizzling. All right. I'm gonna take that and gonna throw it in the oven. Gonna let that cook for about 3 minutes on each side for a medium rare, a little bit longer if you like your steak a little bit more done than that. I prefer a medium rare steak. So a little background on this recipe. This is one that I found whenever I was younger, whenever I used to watch a show called Good Eats with Alton Brown back before he did Iron Chef America. But I never actually started using this recipe until about 1.5 years ago. And my God, I love the way steaks come out. It's been about 3 minutes. Gonna go ahead and pull it out. Flip them. And there's that beautiful medium rare steak.